And it was so frustrating because she did do what she did to Clarissa, and she was such a great boxer throughout that, but then the confidence just never really showed. We always said if Sav had Nicky Adams' confidence, she would have been unbeaten. And I think now Pete's just give her that confidence that she needed, and now we've finally seen a Sav.
So she brought the medals with her to add a little more sting.
In my ear during that, you're like, I wouldn't want to be up there.
No, I felt for Ben and Adam, to be honest with you, between the two of them, because you know that you could cut the tension with a knife, and like you said, this fight has been building over the last 10 years, and I, for one, absolutely cannot wait to see how it all rolls out.
It's always a question, isn't it, in boxing, when people say, is it real? Is that rivalry real? I think with these two,
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt at all.
It's genuine.
I think sometimes people do it just to promote fights as you do, and you know, a lot of people have been very successful in doing it that way, but I genuinely believe that this is wholeheartedly like one of them rivalries. Even after the last bell, you maybe not see a hug, you may not see a, you know, I don't know.
Who do you think got the better at the war of words up there today? Do you think there was an upper hand?
To be honest, no, I didn't, actually. And I thought there would be a clear upper hand one way or the other. And actually, I thought both of them stood their ground exactly what they wanted to say. They knew what they were going to say. And they were ready to lay it all down, lay it all out there.
I don't think there's an upper hand, but I do think that, like, I think English people and or British people get Sav more. And I don't think we're not like the kind of, you know, braggish type of people stereotypically, so we get Sav, and we want Sav to do well because of the ways that she portrays herself, and not, I mean, it's just confidence with Clarissa, and she's has every right to be as confident as she is, but I don't think that
so far it's all been backed up.
Exactly.
It hasn't just been all mouth.
It's not just all mouth, but I just think as a people we get Sav a lot more.
Whereas I think the opposite in America, like they don't get Sav
100%.
very much at all. They don't understand her sense of humour either. So, yeah.
It's interesting though, Tasha, what you were saying about Savannah growing in confidence, because I remember a few months back having a conversation with Savannah, and she was saying that when she first started training with Peter Fury, he sort of predicted everything that would happen. And I remember at the time she was saying, no, as if that's going to happen in that time frame. But everything has come to fruition that Peter has sort of predicted for Savannah so far. And it's all about timing. Could this be perfect timing, do you think, for Savannah?
I believe so. And that's what you Peter is no secret to Peter. He tells it how it is, and he wholeheartedly believes it. He doesn't mess about, he doesn't play it, string it along. He tells you what he thinks and how he thinks, and I think that for someone like Savannah and the personality she's got, that's what she needed. And it's perfect timing for me.
It's an interesting dynamic between the two of them, isn't it, between Savannah and Peter, because neither of them really say too much, do they? But they both seem to just really understand each other.
Yeah, I definitely think Peter's been instrumental in helping Savannah gain that confidence in herself and that belief in her boxing ability as well, and also bring her a little bit out of her shell to say what she thinks and be more confident in general. So I think, you wouldn't ever see Savannah in the same position if she didn't have Peter by her side. I think they just come as a pair really nicely.
What do you think it's going to come down to? I mean, the whole debate, you've got a boxer and a puncher. What's going to happen?
I think you probably change your minds about 20 times
we already have one today.
But there's just something, I think, I don't know whether it's the confidence that Sav's got, the belief she's got, but I genuinely do believe Clarissa will be winning the earlier rounds. I do think Sav will be playing catch up, but I just think when Sav lands, that's going to be game over.
Do you think Savannah needs the...
All right, guys, let's talk. Let's talk about it. This is the best fight,
and that's why I'm saying
why did he pop up on my screen? The Sky Sports stream just ended, and this motherfucker popped up. Ew, get off my fucking ew. Anyway, fucked up my train of thought. This is the best fight you can make in women's boxing right now. Clarissa Shields, what is she? She is 12-0 with 2 KOs. You should go look at it. 12-0 with 2 KOs. She has been undisputed at 100 and... Wait a minute. She wasn't undisputed at 154. No, she was undisputed at 160 and 168. Here is the opponent of note. Quality win against Marie-Eve Decaire. This was, is Clarissa Shields a 3-division undisputed champion? I'm a little lost. I'm a little confused. Was she undisputed at 154 too? Well, anyway, let's just do it this way. These are the credible, good opponents of Clarissa Shields. You got Marie Decaire, Canadian fighter, at 154. Christina Hammer, that was considered her biggest fight of her career, undisputed at 160. Hannah Rankin, that's a win that is aged very well. And then this fight right here, which I would love to see her in a rematch against, and she's currently light heavyweight champion, Hannah Gabriels. Now, looking at Savannah Marshall, 12-0 with 10 KOs. Notable wins, she fought Hermans, who Clarissa Shields dispatched of years ago, Hannah Rankin, and pretty much nothing else there. But what you see is she is a woman that can compete at 175 pounds. That's, you know, and as Peter Fury said, that is pretty much the heavyweight of women's boxing. Now, for those who don't know, I'm urging you now. Let me pull up because I want to see the face-off again. I'm urging you now. Go watch some tape on Savannah Marshall. She's like the female version of Tyson Fury. Super crazy long arms. As you can see here, she's listed at 5'11 and a half. Clarissa Shields had heels on. This girl can box. I can tell you, other YouTubers won't tell you, but don't let race fuck up your logic, especially if you're a gambling man out there. But this girl can box. Like, she is a boxer, and she's got power. Look, 12-0 with 10 KOs. Now, let me pull up this fucking fan and fucked up my train of thought. Sorry, guys. By the way, I'm going to be back at 6 p.m. Eastern. I got a, finally, people have been telling me for years, TstreeT, you got to get a show, like an actual show with an actual time. Well, guess what? What's going on? What's going on with my, well, guess what? We're going to be here at 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Live stream every 6 p.m. to about 7:30 or so. Tuesdays is because, frankly, I'm busy on Mondays. But if it's a big fight, like a big fight, then I'll be streaming on Tuesdays. I mean, on Mondays. And then no Tuesday stream. But Thursdays, it'll be me recapping the press conferences of the day, talking about the news of the day. Fridays at 6 p.m., we're going to go over the weigh-ins of the day, news of the day, news that we have missed. Saturday, I'm going to be streaming during the main events of the cards. So, for example, this weekend, I'm going to be streaming during the main event of Derek Chisora versus Kubrat Pulev. Then, later on that night, I'm going to be streaming during the main event of Ray Vargas and Mark Magsayo. But I'm still going to be covering the cards, you know, and doing my individual post-fight videos. And then after the fights, we do a post-fight show. So you got it? So basically, Mondays if it's a big fight. If not, Tuesday, 6 p.m., Thursday, 6 p.m., Friday, 6 p.m. And then Saturdays, streaming during the main event. But also on this card, it was officially announced that you're going to have Michaela Mayer taking on Alicia Baumgartner. That's going to be for the WBC, IBF, WBO, and IBO title at 130 pounds. So you're getting this here in the States on ESPN Plus. Over in the UK, it's going to be on regular Sky Sports, not Sky Sports Box Office. Now, looking at both fighters, I'm telling you right now, I like Clarissa Shields. I do. You know, very strong-willed, strong personality fighter. But her skill set is somewhat limited. And they call her T-Rex. She has a 68-inch reach. Let's see what her reach is compared to Savannah Marshall's. Do they list it? They don't list her reach on here. But this girl here, let me pull up some clips for you. See if I can get you some brief fair use clips of Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall, let's go highlights. Like I'm telling you, this girl ain't no joke, ladies and gentlemen. Like she ain't no joke. I don't know why my internet is running all slow. What the hell's going on here? Here, let's open that up. Everything's going a little slow, guys. My bad. Here, let's lower the. There we go.
Leading up to this fight and leading up just from.
Oh, she's doing her interview. Okay, let's listen to her interview. Let's rewind it back. She's doing her Sky Sports interview. All right, we're gonna watch this.
She ain't said nothing. Acting like I'm doing with all the animosity. No, you're the hater. So talk what you're gonna talk and say what you're gonna say and mean what you say. But she wasn't about that.
Do you feel like you got the upper hand up there today?
I always got the upper hand on her. She's only better on the internet because I don't even be on the internet no more. Like, I post and get off. I focus more on training. I got custody of my sister, 3 kids. I can't even get on social media the way that I want to anymore because I'm always training or I'm dealing with kids, picking them up, dropping them off, feeding them. So it's like, I don't even have time for that. But it's like, she tries to bully me online, but I'm really about that action. So if she wants to get it popping today, we could have got it popping today.
You sound like you're superwoman, Clarissa. You're juggling a lot.
I'm super confident. I'm super already in shape. I'm ready to get out of here and get back to the gym and continue my training. But I'm going to train like I have to beat myself for this fight and just up the bar a little bit more because if she does possess the power that she has, because I don't know, I haven't fought against her in 10 years, I want to be prepared.
We have to talk about it. Adam touched on it up there because Savannah is your only loss as a professional or amateur. We were just talking there about how hard it's going to be for you, or is it going to be hard for you to keep your emotions in check come September the 10th, or do you not see that as an issue at all?
It's business. It's business. When I get in there, I have a trick that I can't tell anyone, but it's definitely a thing about, I just get in there and do my job. Is
that kind of some sort of psychological thing?
Yeah, but it's I can't even tell you what it is because then other people will use it.
I want to know what this is.
I'll tell Hannah.
And then Hannah can tell us. That's how it works. What do you think it's going to come down to?
It's gonna come down to a lot. Who's the better boxer? Who's the better puncher? Who can give and take what they dish out? And who's ready to actually go to war? We got to go to war about this. This isn't a thing of, let's say, in my mind, if she do knock me down, I'm getting back up with a vengeance. When I knock her down, she should get back up with a vengeance. We both want to hurt each other. We both want to knock each other out. Well, she says she's a fan of me. I don't like her. I'm not a fan of her.
And that's genuine?
Yeah, that's genuine. I was a fan of her. But after so much disrespect leading up to this fight and leading up just from years prior and her turning down fights, putting out false narratives. Like, when I started MMA, she said that I retired from boxing to get away from her. I've been doing MMA and boxing for the last year and a half at the same time. But as soon as I did my first MMA fight, she's like, oh, she retired to get away from me. You're not that important and you're not that scary to be retiring and running from.
Where do you see the flaws in Savannah?
I see a lot of flaws, and one that I point out all the time is just her speed. I think that she doesn't know. She's a tall, lanky fighter, but doesn't know how to fight tall. All this stuff here is not going to work with me. It's not going to work. She's going to have to be very, very sharp and be very, very attentive. And she's going to have some speed to even keep up. But I don't want to go 10 rounds this fight. I want to knock her out, and I want people to know that I knocked out the Boogie Woman.
That was going to be my next question. Is this going the distance?
If it doesn't go the distance, I still win. If it does go the distance, I win.
How much? I mean, I know for you a loss is unthinkable, but how much would that hurt you?
Losses hurt. I lost in MMA, a split decision, and my heart was broken. The only reason I was okay with it and I fought in Cardiff not even a few months later is because it's MMA. I'm new. I did my best. And that's what I'm okay with every fight, knowing that I did my best, regardless of the outcome. But there is no other outcome September 10th except me being undisputed champion again 3 times.
It is set to be an incredibly special night, historic night. These 2 ladies are hoping to have a piece of the action as well.
I want to listen to the rest of this interview. This is live.
How proud are you to be part of this?
I'm super happy. I always wanted to uplift women's boxing. I did it in the U.S. Me and Hannah Rankin fought in the U.S.
We've been hearing all about it.
I'm trying to figure out, did we fight November 7th or was it December 8th?
November 7th in Kansas.
right? And I fought against Femke 3 weeks after that. So the fight with Hannah Rankin is where I really gave my all. And then when I got in there with Femke, I still had a few bumps and bruises from the fight with Hannah Rankin. So when I got inside the ring, my goal was just to beat Femke and to win. But I wasn't as sharp, and I was a little beat down because Hannah Rankin was hitting me with some mean punches, and we headbutted each other at the weigh-in. I mean, it was real beef. But she's my best friend now, and I'm happy to see that she'll be getting a fight with Natasha Jonas, who's just come up to 154. Knocked out, I forgot her name.
Chris Namas. Chris Namas. Yeah. Namas. Chris Namas.
Chris Namos. Yep, Namos. However they said. She knocked her out, which I thought would be a harder fight, but she went there and handled her business. So to see these two inside the ring, which I know Hannah Rankin is a very, very tough fighter. She's gotten better since we fought, and Natasha Jonas is just skilled in her own right. Been to the Olympics, had a great amateur career. I think this is a great fight for women, and it's really number 154 versus number 2, because she's number 2 right now.
It's set to be a fabulous night. What happens then on September the 10th before we let you go? What happens?
I win. That's all you got to worry about is I'm winning, but just know I'm coming to the weigh-in. I'm be kind of beefy. I'm talking about I'm having muscles here, muscles there. I'm having muscles everywhere because I'm not losing this fight. I'm not losing this fight because I'm unbeatable. And I'm just going to show her that I'm going to train extra, extra hard for you because I don't just want to beat you. I want to destroy you, and I want to shut you up. You're called the silent assassin. It's time to be quiet.
Are you thinking beyond this fight?
I have an MMA fight in November, but right now I'm just focused on this fight with her. I've never done that look ahead. Even when I was getting ready to fight against Hannah Rankin, and I knew I had a fight 3 weeks later, it still just was like, I focused on Hannah Rankin. I didn't even watch film of Femke till after me and Hannah Rankin fought.
Best way to be.
Well, Hannah's obviously been in with Savannah as well. Are you going to be picking Hannah's brains?
We already talked.
We talked about this already. We talked about this already.
We more locked in than y'all know. This is my girl right here.
Okay.
And I just love that, she's honest. And she's honest. She's fought against me. She's fought against Savannah Marshall. And she's a good fighter herself. And now you're not even good no more. You're great. You got multiple belts at 154. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
But I'm just like, when we talk, I didn't even ask her to do Savannah Marshall punch hard. That's not what I asked. I asked her more of how was she in the fight? And from what I know, Hannah Rankin has always been too small for 160. Even when we fought. She's a little bit taller than me, but she's always been
This interview's
too
running
small
forever.
for 160.
There's a lot of love in this room at the moment. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the build-up. I reckon it's going to get even more spicy as we get closer. I can feel it.
Are you training today?
Yes.
At Churchill's?
Yes.
At what time?
All right, let's talk. So listen, I've already made my decision. I'm going to stick to it. I like Clarissa Shields. She is going to have to be a high-volume pressure fighter to try to smother Savannah Marshall. But overall, Savannah Marshall is like the better overall, boxer. And I understand, I'm not naive to where I know that a lot of boxing fans who watch either Clarissa Shields or Savannah Marshall, they don't really watch their fights or watch Savannah Marshall fights because Savannah Marshall fights are not available here in the States, unless, she had a few fights, maybe a couple on the zone, but you really got to want it to watch her fights. And she's been, really underestimated by Clarissa Shields fans. And when you look at it, there's a reason why Clarissa Shields feels the way she does about her regarding, that loss back in the 2012 Olympics. Like, that shit really, really eats her up. Here, let's go listen to what she had to say about it. Like, that loss really, really, it brings her piss to a boil. She'd be pissed. Here, let's listen to what she had to say about the fight before we get up out of here. But for those who don't know, it's going to be here in the States on ESPN Plus, September the 10th. It's going to be a midday card for us. They're going to be in the ring at about, 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Over in the UK, it's going to be on regular Sky Sports, not Sky Sports pay-per-view or box office. The undercard, as it stands right now, is going to feature Michaela Mayer versus Alicia Baumgartner, and I expect a couple of more fights. Not Natasha Jonas and Hannah Rankin. I expect for that to be its own event. But let's go listen to what Clarissa Shields had to say before we go get up out of here at the press conference. These are just some highlights for those who didn't see it.
And back you come to London, where, of course, you struck gold in 2012, just after the one defeat on the slate to Savannah Marshall. How much is it burning inside you to right what you think is a wrong?
It means a... Hello? Okay. It means a lot to be here. I'm grateful that the UK fans have accepted me, once again to come over here and fight. Savannah Marshall, she got lucky in 2012, but she won't get lucky in 2022.
What do you mean she got lucky? Do you think it was just an aberration on your slate, on your record?
I was 17. Also, London was hosting the Olympics, and they also favored her. I never scored 8 points in any of my fights leading up, and that was the point system. And then all of a sudden I scored 8, just scored 30 points the day before, as I did every other fight. And then all of a sudden against her, I only scored 8 points versus her 14. I was 17. She couldn't shake me. She didn't drop me. She didn't get an 8 count. But all of a sudden now she's a knockout puncher.
You've sparred together as well, but it's more of the sparring outside the ring in recent weeks, months. Is there a genuine dislike, almost a hatred for Savannah at this stage?
I don't hate nobody, but I really do have a huge dislike for her. My grandmother told me not to use the word hate, so I don't use it, but I don't like her, and she's one of my biggest haters.
So this is, for you, the most important thing in your career to date?
That's what they're making it as. They're saying that, she's, a big knockout puncher. She's the only blemish on my record as an amateur, and she has the recipe to beat me. So my job is to show everybody in the world that she doesn't, and that I don't reign supreme for no reason in 3 different weight classes. Because if she was the one that was really supreme, she would be champion in 3 different weight classes and not me.
Savannah, you've been knocking everybody out. There's no doubt about the power that you possess and the talent that's come.
Now, there's definitely really some bad blood between these girls. Like, you can just feel it. And by the way, I understand how you guys are saying, Savannah Marshall doesn't have the best resume. But we just seen this weekend a guy, Jai Opataya, defeat Miris Breedis to win the IBF Cruiserweight title in what is arguably the upset of the year. And his last opponent was 7-2-2. I'm just pointing out some things. We've seen it happen before. Even when you look at Canelo Alvarez and Dimitri Bivol, a lot of people didn't think that Dimitri Bivol was going to be able to do what he did. But listen, like, it happens. I'm telling you, listen, I'm sticking to my guns. One thing we're not going to do on this channel, and we never do, is you're allowed your free speech and your opinion. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to try to belittle you and say, no, you're wrong and all kind of that. Give me some super chat, all that type of shit. Nah, you can, speak your piece. For those who are riding with Clarissa Shields, that's fine. I'm riding with Savannah Marshall, and I'm going to be here streaming during the fight week events. I'm going to be here streaming during the fight. And then, if I got to eat my crow, I'm going to eat my crow. Now, do I want Clarissa Shields to win? Yes, because I'm all for upsets. Or will it be considered an upset? I don't know. I think that Clarissa Shields is probably going to go into this fight the favorite. But those in the know are going to be picking Savannah Marshall. Like, she can really, really box. When you get time, just go watch some clips. That's all I'm saying. Clarissa Shields did look phenomenal, the best she's ever looked in her last fight. She did. But however, there's still some flaws there that's going to leave her open to get pieced up.
Come to fruition in the last couple of years under Peter Fury with this chemistry. Do you feel now is the moment, the time for you to become the undisputed middleweight champion?
I do, yeah. This fight has been a long, long time coming, but we're here now. And September the 10th, I will be the new undisputed middleweight champion of the world.
And what is it about Clarissa? Obviously, there's the decade of history. Is there jealousy that she went on to become a double Olympic champion and the world titles at different weights, and that you've had to struggle harder? What is it? Or is there, as Clarissa said, a dislike, not a hate? What is there from your side, Savannah?
No, not at all. I'm a fan of Clarissa Shields. What she's done for the sport is amazing. She's a pioneer for the sport.
Yeah, maybe Bebo was a bad example.
She doesn't beat me. She didn't before, and she won again. And that's what it is, and it kills her. Look. It absolutely burns inside.
What burns inside?
The fact that I beat you, and I'll beat you again.
It burns inside of you that I got 2 Olympic gold medals and you have 0. That's why you kept begging for the fight. That's why I can beat her. What else have you done to sell yourself? What else have you done in your career besides brag about beating me 10 years ago?
I've knocked out people you went 10 rounds with.
No one you fought was elite.
You are?
No one you fought was elite. They were
But we
good.
boxed the same people.
Hannah Rankin was your best opponent. Who else was your best opponent? Name them.
I'm not saying that. We've boxed the same people. They didn't go the distance from me, but they
You
skipped out
fought
the ring
against
with you.
Femke 3 years after I
They
fought
skipped
against her.
They skipped out the ring with you. Yeah, and you haven't improved.
Who haven't improved?
You haven't improved since Femke.
Please, stop. You declined 2012. That's why you never won nothing else after.
And aren't you glad I did?
No world
Was this gold rubbish?
championship.
All this
No
gold
Olympic
crap
gold
would have been
medal.
over years ago.
One belt.
All this gold
This
rubbish
is
would have been over
embarrassing.
in 2018.
I got 5 belts over there. You got one.
Yeah, it'll soon be over here.
It'll soon be over. Please. You're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me.
I'm not just going to beat you. I'm going to outbox you. I'm going to
Now
hurt you.
you're going to outbox me or knock me out. Pick one.
I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to outbox you. That's 2 for you.
You're not going to knock me out, and you're not going to beat me.
I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to outbox you.
Are you going to knock me out?
I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to outbox you. That's all you need to know.
It doesn't sound like a knockout to me.
She has got a lot of knockouts on the record. Do you think people aren't making enough about your power as well as your speed and skills, Clarissa?
That's okay, because speed is power. She's slow as hell. We all know that. Watch the fight with her and Femke. Both of them didn't even land, barely. And then she lands a big hook because Femke's like, hey, hit me. And then you landed the hook and knocked her out. You're not going to be able to hit me with that?
She was asking you to hit her for 10 rounds.
And guess what?
She done a cartwheel out the ring.
I beat her 10 rounds.
Cartwheel out the ring.
I beat her.
She was in the nightclub at 11 o'clock.
If you would have knocked out Hannah Rankin, you wasn't going to win. She beat you 4 rounds. You knocked her out in the 8th. You lost 4 rounds in that fight.
I remember, yeah. She was winning right before I broke her jaw and perforated her eardrum.
Oh, please. Oh, now you breaking jaws. You know, up in the amateurs, your record was 60-16, 0 knockouts.
Where are we at now?
60?
We're in 2022.
No, because amateurs matter to you. The Olympics matter, right? The Olympics and the amateurs matter. I was 77 wins, 1 loss, 19 KOs. You had 0.
How many?
And now...
How many losses?
I had... What you mean?
How many losses?
What Clarissa trying to say? What do y'all think she trying to say?
How many losses?
That she wheezing the juice?
2 Olympic gold medals.
How many losses?
12 world titles.
Yeah, there we go.
3 divisions.
That's the
3 divisions. Exactly. You can't do nothing that I do. Nothing. You can sit here and talk, but you're not going to win September 10th.
But she did beat you once before.
If the amateurs matter, sure did.
Tell us about that, Savannah, because Clarissa's sort of dismissing that. Is that important here mentally, that you have one over on her?
Mentally, please.
Not to me, because I'm a better fighter.
You're the better fighter. Why you don't have 12 world titles?
I will September the 10th.
How do you feel about coming to London again? Obviously good memories, but it's not in America. You're doing this, you're coming over here. Mm-hmm. Is that to prove a point that you're the global superstar of this sport?
Absolutely. That's what it's about. I'm not worried about coming over here and fighting. I've done it my whole career. I can leave the country and fight. She can't do that. She would never go to the U.S. and fight against me or any other top woman fighter in the U.S. Everybody got to come over her. If it was up to her, we'd be fighting in her hometown, Newcastle.
But you're not, Savannah. You're coming to London, so you're taking yourself out of the comfort zone as well, because you've built such a following now in the Northeast.
I have, yeah. But it's in the UK simply because Clarissa doesn't sell a ticket.
In the UK.
And it's in the O2.
Not factual. Not factual. I've sold out the
Boardwalk
Hall.
That time you did a pay-per-view.
I have sold out the Boardwalk Hall when I fought for Undisputed Championship against Christina Hammer. I have fought in Verona, New York, where I sold out there. Stop it. Stop with the hope that that I'm not a draw, because we are not here about to fight in front of 80,000 because you won 1 belt. Please.
We're not fighting at Wembley.
Stop it.
We're not fighting at Wembley. It's the O2.
By the way, it's not going to be 80,000 there. They're fighting in the O2 arena. They're not fighting in Wembley. I don't know how much the O2 arena sits, but no more than 20,000 or so. Once again, it's going to be on ESPN Plus here in the States. September the 10th, a midday card for us. Over in the UK, it's going to be on regular Sky Sports, not box office. But it appears here that I just saw this right here. We may have to end the stream because it looks like they're going to have a virtual press conference call at 11:30 a.m. But yet the email I have here, because I signed up for it, oh, it is 11:30 a.m. Hey guys, we got to take a break. They're going to be doing a media call, like another live media event in what, less than an hour. So we're going to be streaming that. So once again, at in 51 minutes, Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, Michaela Mayer, and Alicia Baumgartner are going to be having a media call. So we got to be on that. Okay. All right. With that being said, we got to get up out of here because we got to get ready for that. We're going to be streaming in an hour. All right. So this is what we're going to go do. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching. It really helps us out when you drop a like. Down below in the description box, I put a whole bunch of stuff down there. You guys never read it, but finally, below in the description box, I put up the fight schedule. There's a boxing schedule, all significant fights, including the dates, including the undercard. Go down there. Listen, I'm not leaving it to you. You go down there to the description box right now. Well, first, like the video. But in the description box for the boxing fans, the boxing schedule is down there. I typed all that shit up. And the least you guys can do is go check it out. We're supposed to be mates, right? And I also put my streaming schedule for the summer. So Tuesdays, which is today, 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing our boxing show, talking about, all the boxing news of the weekend and basically up until today. On Thursday, we're going to be back doing press conference recaps at 6 p.m., which is going to be basically me recapping the press conference and news of the day. And then Friday, we're going to be here at 6 p.m. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 p.m. every week, okay? Every week now, 6 p.m., until about 7:30 p.m. Eastern or so. And then on weekends, on Saturdays, I'm going to be streaming during the main events of the cards. So, for example, this Saturday, I'm going to be streaming during the main event of Derek Chisora versus Kubrat Pulev 2. Then later on in the night, I'm going to be streaming during the main event of Mark Magsayo versus Ray Vargas. And also, damn it, here is the links to my social media. Right there, you click that link tree and it's going to take you to all my social media, my Facebook, my boxing Facebook group, my Twitter page. Basically, the only platform that I'm really full-time on is Twitter. So let me get up out of here. We're going to be back in about 40 minutes or so for that virtual press conference because I want to see Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner talk some shit. So I'll put this link here for you as well for those who want to watch it on your own. There it is. If you don't want to watch it here with me. So, all right. I'll see you guys later. Well, in about less than an hour or so. Thanks for watching. This is TstreeT Controversy with 5U360.